You are a business owner and you want to make a great connections, and there is no better site than LinkedIn, and we need to learn about that site. We have a LinkedIn strategist. She is keynote speaker, virtual networking trainer. Please help me welcome Karen Yankovich. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Karen, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who are you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Oh boy. You know, I think my daughter and my granddaughters, I really help men and women, but primarily women, really create a brand for themselves and understand that they have the ability to have great success in this world. And I know that I wish that there was somebody telling me these things when I was younger, or maybe I just wasn't listening. So anyone that I can help to think bigger and understand that they're why not them, right? Why not them? They can, if there's something that they're dreaming about, they absolutely can achieve it. So I think my daughter and my granddaughters really are my inspiration for doing the work that I do right now, so that they know that they can be whoever they want to be.
What are top three mistakes to avoid?
Yeah, well, the first mistake to avoid is, especially if you're in a marketing world or in a marketing um, moment, you want to remember that people don't really care about you, right? They care about what you can do for them. So creating a LinkedIn profile, telling them all about all of your achievements, yeah, you want to do some of that, but more importantly, you want to tell them why they should care, right? So most people talk a lot about themselves in their marketing, and they need to talk more about why it's important to you. The second mistake that people make a lot is they forget that they have a personal brand. They immediately go to, like, I'm marketing this pen. I have the best pen in the world. But people want to know more about the people they do business with. So when you have a strong personal brand, it immediately elevates your business brand. So don't overlook that. And then I think the third mistake is you know I think the world has shifted. I know the world has shifted, right? And when the world went more virtual, the online noise just got deafening. And I think that one of the mistakes we're making is that we're still doing things the way we used to do them, sending out a lot of tweets and posting a ton of times on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter. But really, where I'm seeing the business happening is back to basics, back to relationships. So yeah, use all these tools to help you create the authority and to create the brand of you, but then don't overlook the importance of actually, like, building a relationship and getting on the phone with someone. Don't All the tweets in the world isn't going to get you the kind of business that it was getting us 10 years ago.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Oh boy, there's a lot of failures, right? As an entrepreneur, my journey was a roller coaster, definitely not a ladder to success. I a few years ago, I run a program right now called She's Linked Up, and a few years ago, it was a different version of it, and it was just an online version of it, for a whole lot less money. And we did a launch, and we did like a traditional launch, and I had a launch manager, and I even hired an energy person to help us with the energy of the launch. And so, like, getting up at 5 a.m. and spending 2 or 3 weeks in it. And honestly, it was, by many measures, it was a success. But to me, it absolutely was not, because I was working too hard. There was nowhere near, and we didn't sell anywhere near enough to make it worth all the work that we did, And what I really learned from it was that, and here's the other thing: when I was selling just a digital program where it was all, you just had to do the work online, it was just access the content. People weren't doing it, and they weren't telling me I didn't do it because I didn't like it. They were saying I haven't even had time to log in yet. So I kind of flipped the funnel, and I realized that I don't have to do things the way everybody tells you to do things. I added more to it, which increased the price point. But what happened was, as I was adding more value to my program, people were having better success. The price point was going up. The business was having more success, and it was done with more ease. So I think one of the biggest failures I had was a launch that I tried to do in a traditional way about 5 years ago. And I will never do it again. I will never do it again, because what I learned was that it was not worth, no matter how much money I made, it wasn't worth the time and the effort that went into it. And there's ways to do it that builds more ease into my business, and that's what I lean into now.
What are your top 3 success secrets that others can follow?
So I'm going to go back to what I just said, and I'm going to say flip the funnel. Most people, especially when they're starting out, they don't charge enough money. I want you to think about your highest ticket things first, right? Like a lot of people say, well, first I have to sell the pen. And when people like the pen, then they'll buy 2 pens. And then eventually maybe they'll hire me to design their pen or whatever. I want you to think, like, if I said to you, I love that you do this. I want to learn more about this. I have $10,000 and I want to pay you $10,000 to teach me how to do this, right? What could you teach me? And that, I think right there, thinking top down instead of bottom up is the first success secret that I think everybody needs to do. At least double your prices. Most people compete on price, and really you can, if you're getting them the value that you can give them, the price is irrelevant. So charge enough so that you can over deliver. The second success secret really is, again, and these are things I've kind of already touched on, get on the phone with people. This phone here, you can email people, but you can also talk to people on it. Get on the phone with people, jump on Zoom with people, and really build relationships, because the relationship is where the bigger money opportunities are. And the third success secret, let me think about this for a second. Don't think you need to be in all places. Pick 1 or 2 things that you want to do and do them really well. So many people have all of the, the logos on their website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the places. If you're not active in all those places, just put the 1 or 2 that you're active in and do a really good job in those places. You don't have to be everywhere just because you can be.
What is the most impactful business book you read, and what did you learn from it?
Well, it certainly ties into a lot of things we did. One of the most impactful business books I've read, it came out a few years ago. It's called The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod. And basically the miracle equation is unwavering faith plus extraordinary efforts equals miracles. So, think big, create what it is you want, and then keep focused on doing that. Don't think, well, I haven't tweeted today, so let me stop what I'm doing and go tweet. Stay focused on the goal you want, and let all the noise and let all the other stuff go. And that's when the miracles happen. That's when the miracles happen in your life and in your business. So this book, I give this book to many of my private clients. It's a book that I share often, because I think that we're so scattered with all of our screens and all the things we do. And what we need to do better is focus. And this book teaches that.
What do you want to be remembered for?
If I'm helping one person really think bigger and achieve their goals, then I'm happy with that. I want to be remembered for really always being a champion and lifting people up, and and believing in them and believing in their goals and helping them achieve those goals.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
My support system. I mean, I definitely can be I got this, don't worry about it, I can take care of it. Like I had to learn how to let other people support me. Having a team of people around you, and they could be people you pay, but they don't have to be people you pay. Understand that there's always going to be people in your life that don't understand, especially as an entrepreneur, don't understand what you're doing. My whole family are teachers, and they have pensions, and they don't understand me at all. They don't understand what I do, why I do it, how I do it, right? And it's not that they don't want me to have success or they don't love me and they're not wishing good for me. They don't get it. So if I surround myself with them, they're constantly going to be able, like I read something recently that said, we're encouraged to spend $100,000 on a college education and $50,000 on our wedding and $50,000 on a car. And all of those things are things that we're encouraged to go into debt for. But if you spend $5,000 on a coach, all of those same people that want you to spend $100,000 on a wedding are like, what? You're wasting your money. It's a scam, right? So you have to surround yourself with people that understand that when you invest in your coach and when you invest in yourself, when you invest in your business, they get it and they're supportive of that. So it's not just about letting yourself be supported, but letting yourself be supported by people that get what you're doing.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant others?
Oh boy. Um, I think that it really comes down to communicating, right? And you know, communicating and being willing to talk about, because here's the thing, as an entrepreneur, there are failures. So if your significant other is one of those people that don't understand that there are failures, then it's going to be tough. So you're going to have to, there's actually programs. I actually know somebody that has a program that teaches the spouses of entrepreneurs how to be supportive. So I think that you've got to understand that they may or may not understand what you're doing. They might not even have that DNA. And if they don't have that DNA, you need to be understanding that there's not that they don't want to be supported, but they don't get it. So what can you do to help them get it? Anything we can do to communicate, help them get it, maybe get them some support from somebody who understands the entrepreneur lifestyle to be able to take the next step with their full support.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to sit on a beach and weave baskets. I don't know. Listen, if I'm not working, I'm typically at the beach. So when I grow up, I don't know, live on a boat and travel to the islands.
Who is your living mentor and what is the impact they have on you?
Yeah. I have a lot of mentors. I have a couple of coaches, and they are my living mentors. I have a coach. I have a business coach, and I'm part of a business coaching program. But I also have I guess more of a life, but she's definitely understand like life/self-care coach, and they are absolutely my mentors because I grew up in a world where I didn't understand coaches. I was in corporate. You needed to learn something, you took a class, right? But now I understand that I need to be supported by people that understand how to support. And those are people that I look up to and I am so grateful for every single day.
Can I interview one of your mentor?
Can you interview one of my mentors? I don't see why not. I can certainly make an introduction.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you. What are you grateful for today?
Oh boy. You know what? I am just always. I live in a world of gratitude. I'm grateful. I just spent a week with my family, with my kids, and I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful to be living in this world that allows me to be meeting people like you from all over the world, and getting to know people through conversations like this. And I'm grateful, for my good health and the continued health of this world, and that hopefully we're starting to learn how to kind of get back to business, whatever business looks like now. I'm grateful that we're starting to see some progress in being able to do some of the things we weren't able to do for the last year.
Why is being impactful important to you?
uh, You know what it is? I don't know how important being impactful is to me. I guess it's important because the more impact I have, the more I can do in the world, right? Like one of the things that I teach is I want your cup to be full first, but then when your cup is overflowing, you can serve the world with that overflow, right? And the more impact I have on the world, I believe the more responsibility I have, right? With visibility comes responsibility. So I love to be able to use, I love that the impact that I have gives me some overflow to be able to do some good in the world.
How do you start your day?
Gratitude every single day, gratitude and some mindfulness every single day without fail. There's a lot of things that I will skip in my day. Like I might skip a workout, but I never skip that. I never skip being just grateful and really setting my mindset for the day.
Who is your ideal client?
So, there's a lot of different people that we're able to help, but ideally we work with women who are already having some success in the world. Maybe they're already making, $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 a year, but they're stuck at a level and they want to have more impact in the world. They know that they have a message and a voice and a mission, and they need help to get from here to here, right? And often their ambitions are here, but their energy is here. So I like to help them raise their energy to meet their ambitions and then go for it. And so we don't really work with people that are just let me qualify that. We work with a lot of people that are just starting in a new career. So sometimes they're in transition, but they've got years of experience, right? Whether it's in corporate or doing something that they used to do. So even if they feel like they're starting up, we know that all that experience that they bring to this role today is impactful. So it's somebody that has years of experience in life and in business and is typically transitioning to some new level.
What is the advice you would give to your younger self?
Honestly, stop listening to all the other people around me and to believe in myself more. I raised 4 kids as a single mom for many of those years, and I worked so much that I missed so much, and I didn't know that there was an alternative. I didn't know that I didn't have to drive an hour to commute to a job because it was a good job, that I had alternatives. So I would say, trust in yourself, trust in your gut and your intelligence, and build a business that fits the life you want, not the other way around.
How can we support you?
I have lots of ways that I share my message. I have a podcast called Good Girls Get Rich, which you can find at KarenYankovich.com. I have a free masterclass. You can also find that at KarenYankovich.com, which just helps you get started a little bit. There's lots of different ways to do the things I teach. This is my way, and I think it's impactful. So I'd love for you guys to listen to a couple episodes of my podcast and maybe check out the free masterclass. And if any of that sounds like you want more, we're always open to having a conversation to see what that looks like.
What would you say about your guest experience on the show today?
I would say that you are a great host, and I am grateful to be here. Thank you you made it easy for me to do this, and we rescheduled once, so you made it easy for that. So thank you for making it easy for me to be able to share my message with your audience.
What would you say as a final word?
You know what? Just believe in yourself, and whatever your big dream is, think about it, dream about it, and let's see if we can make it happen.
Karen, thank you so much for your time and wisdom with us on the behalf of Entrepreneur Empowerment Club and our entire team. Really appreciate you. I hope our path cross again with another amazing guest. Until then, bye-bye.